Right, hello people, welcome back to another full day of eating and YouTube video in prep. So we are 6 weeks out, taking you through a full day of eating on a rest day, so lower food. Food decrease this week, so food has changed once again, and I've never actually went through a full day of eating on a rest day on here, so I do feel like it'd be very beneficial for you to see as well. So 2,200 calories, I'll get the full macros up now. We're approaching the hashtag trenches. And we're getting pretty lean now, so I will go over an update on myself, but I've not been this body weight since 2023, and we're 6 weeks out from our first ever competition, which is very, very cool. So this is everything I'm eating to get as lean as possible, and I will go through a lot of kind of nutrition tips, advice, whatever, like show you through my meals, take you through all my meals, what I'm eating, why I'm eating it, how much is in each meal, etc. So you can kind of follow along with that. So right, diving straight into meal one, we have got the whey drip / whey paste, as the OGs know it. The cool kids on TikTok call it whey drip, so we call it whey drip. Whey drip, current whey flavour of choice is cereal milk, so making the one and only whey cake for meal number one. If you don't know, get to know. So I'm going to show you how to make it. So first of all, if you don't know how to make whey drip / whey paste, let's just put your powder into a bowl, a little bit of water, mix it until you get your desired consistency. This is kind of what I'm going for here, a runny kind of whey drip consistency. Then we add the dark chocolate in. I'm using 90% dark chocolate. So what have we got here? 16 grams to be exact, and we've got 67 grams of whey in here. And we've got raspberries to put on top, and that is literally all it is. So 8 litres of fluid / water going in today, and then 9 grams of salt, just evenly kind of distributed between my meals. So yeah, I put dark chocolate in here, melt it in the microwave so it's like melted inside, and then I'll show you what this looks like. So like that, and I like to just have a little bit here with the whey drip. And then we're going to stick it in the microwave for about 50 seconds. I've found for me is like the perfect, like, to get that kind of like gooey whey drip consistency in the middle with it being like a whey cake around the outside. That is what I like. So what I want to know as well, so this is the current whey choice, cereal milk. I would say for a whey cake and whey drip, it's probably, I would say it's in my top 5, but my top 1 would be vanilla, and my second would be sweet and salty popcorn. That's my top 2. So when it comes to performance, so comment below what your favourite whey flavour for whey drip or a whey cake is, because there's a massive difference between, you know, the flavours for a cake or a drip compared to like in a shake drink. I think it does taste quite different. So that's what I want to know, is what is your favourite whey flavour and what do you recommend? So put this in the microwave now for, as I said, 50 seconds, and then I'll show you what that looks like once that is done. Right, this is the perfect whey cake. So you can see here, it's gooey, but on the outside it's like a cake. You can see that. I'll get a close up for you. Gooey and a mix of like being like a cake as well. That's what I like, to be fair. If you wanted it more of a cake, just put it in the microwave for longer. But that's what it's saying. Then we're just going to add the raspberries to this, add the salt, and then that is the first meal done. So total macros for the first meal is 372 calories, 49 grams of protein, 14 carb, and 12 fat, just like that. So yeah, a little update on myself, where we are at. Well, I just finalised this first meal. So we are 6 weeks out as of now. Today we had a new prep low, which is pretty cool. Not been this body weight since 2023, which is, you know, starting to get exciting. So definitely once again the leanest I've ever been, which is cool. Like, I still feel so sound, like literally brand new. Training's going super well, like still just retaining performance. Training definitely has kind of switched to that, with the goal is just retaining performance, going retaining performance. Progressions are a lot harder, you know, if they're there I'll take them, but just going on with the goal to kind of retain performance. Now that we are 6 weeks out and getting pretty lean. But yeah, feeling really good. Like energy levels, like obviously sometimes at times I might be a little bit lower, but like overall it's sound. Obviously I don't eat, like, you know, I'm like what, 12.5 kilos down from like peak off season. Like obviously training can feel a lot different than it is then. Like you don't really have that extra bit of stability, that extra kind of oomph to your training, but overall feeling really good and things are going really well. So we'll kind of put physique shots up now of what we're kind of looking like 6 weeks out for my first ever bodybuilding competition. So if you don't know, I'm competing teens bodybuilding. Got 4 shows lined up this year, which is pretty goddamn exciting. So yeah, I've got a posing call in an hour, but I shall see you for meal 2. We'll keep this just like completely a full day of eating, nothing really else. We'll see you for meal 2 later. Hopefully, if I have time, get a haircut as well, because I need one. So yeah, full day of eating going down. Hope you enjoy, and I shall see you for meal 2. Right, we are back for meal 2. As you can see, no new fish trim, unfortunately, because we've had a very, very busy morning. Posing call was very, very good with Butcher. Give a little shout out to Butcher. Butcher Natural Physique. I'm not sure what he's at is on Instagram, but very, very good, and improved the posing a lot. So meal 2 going down. As you can see, the time is 1 o'clock. So meal number 2 going down. Very productive morning, very busy morning, but we are cracking on with it. So what is in this meal? Simple but effective is what I like to call this meal. 450 calories, 56 protein, 28 carb and 11 fat. So we have got 250 grams of 5% statements, 50 grams of sourdough, 80 grams of raspberries, bit of ketchup, bit of salt, bosh. Simple but effective. So as you'll notice with this full day of eating, the majority of my carbs are banked towards the kind of back end of the day. So the last meal especially, the last 2 meals, as you can see, not many carbs in the first 2 meals. Reason for that being closer to bedtime, closer to sleep, improved sleep, and obviously closer to the training window, which is obviously tomorrow's session, because obviously today's a rest day. So that is that. Well, I've prepped for the rest of this meal. What I want to go over is like, what is the difference between rest day and training day food, and why is there a difference? So if you've watched the other full days of eating I've posted, that was on training days. So the main difference you would see was obviously a lot less, not a lot less, but less calories on rest days. Reason being, like, we don't need as much carbs, especially because we're not training. If you think about energy balance, we're training, we're outputting more, therefore we need more food. So main difference is just obviously a lot less carbs, we don't need as much energy, and a little bit more fats as well, just bring that kind of calorie amount up. Now, the difference between my training day and rest day fats is I've actually got 5 grams more fat on training day, just because if you're in the off season, deep in off season, you can use, like, you can have an additional like 20 plus grams of fat to just obviously get more calories in, but obviously in prep we don't want as much calories, so just having a little bit less fats there. So yeah, 50 grams of sourdough. This is all the sourdough, unfortunately. You're just right next to the toaster, so let me just put that in. So yeah, conclusion is you don't need as much calories on rest days. Right, hello people, hope you are good. Just wrapped up all the team check-ins for today. So coming on to talk about Scott's transformation and the kind of phase that we just went through. So yeah, I'll throw up a comparison. If I showed you these pictures, you probably wouldn't think that they were 5 weeks apart, which is pretty crazy to think about. So yeah, Scott came to me in December. I've just got his sheets up here to kind of talk about everything. So Scott came to me in December and said he wanted to compete in 2026, which is still the goal and is still happening. So stepping on stage next year as a junior, which would be very fucking cool. And this is going to be absolutely nothing compared to what we're going to look like, you know, in the progress we're going to make in these coming months and years. So very, very exciting times. Scott has absolutely smashed it from day one. Like, his training definitely, like, those first few weeks and couple months, really just nailing the training, and obviously nailing all the external variables. So started off in December at 68 kilos. So the picture on the left here is 68 kilos when Scott first came to me, and now on the right here we are sitting at 74 kilos, so which is pretty crazy, like literally just as lean, if not leaner. Obviously, yes, posing has got a lot better as well, but that just shows you, like, we spent, well, like, not even, I think it was like 22 weeks, let me see, 22 weeks pushing up, 22 weeks pushing up, and he put kilograms, like a few kilos of muscle on, which is absolutely nuts, especially naturally. The amount of muscle he's put on in the first push-up has been so productive, and I'm very, very excited for his next push-up. It's going to be very good. So 5 weeks. So why do we do this? This was just a 5 week mini cut to simply just freshen up, get a little bit leaner, to keep pushing on. Like, the goal was not to get lean or look our best at all. It was simply to lose a few kilos in a few weeks so we can continue to push up and put on even more muscle pretty much. So that was the phase of this goal. Once again, like, we could have got a lot leaner. Like, once again, this was only in a 5 week period, which is absolutely nuts. I wanted to talk about that and show you what is possible. Like, the reason why this was possible is because we spent 4 months pushing up and working together and ticking every single box that has to be ticked, really taking that training to the next level. Like, I promise you, there's so much things you can improve on, and especially, like, the truth is, like, most people know what to do to a certain extent, but there is just that next level of education and accountability that you need with a coach. There's a massive difference between knowing what to do and actually doing it. Like, those two things are completely different. And Scott himself, like, he's a coach, but we had so much things to improve on, and we did that in these 6 months of working together, and you can see the amount of progress we've made. Like, it's been absolutely fucking nuts. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that and talk about Scott's transformation, show you what's possible. And once again, the reason why this is possible is because he worked with me early. We took his training to the next level. We've not missed a beat in these 6 months, and there's no surprise that he's made so much progress. Now, a common question that I get asked for people who are interested in only coaching is, do I only coach bodybuilders? No, I coach absolutely anyone. Now, obviously, Scott's an example here. He has competitive aspirations. He's going to step on stage next year. He wants to be a quote-unquote bodybuilder, but I coach so many other lifestyle clients, like people who simply just want to lose body fat, that work normal jobs, that are in uni, that are still in school. Like, I do coach younger people, and I do coach older people as well. So I coach absolutely anyone. If you're interested in losing body fat, just improving your physique as a whole, your life in general, like, genuinely, one of the main reasons why I love this job so much is just the mental benefits and how much of a positive impact I can have in people's lives, not just physically, but mostly mentally. So if you do want to improve your life, your physique, whatever it may be, whatever your goals are, I can help you do that. So I am a full-time online coach as well. If you didn't know as well, I am officially full-time, taking on more clients. I do have more spaces available. If you are interested and want to know more information, there will be a link in the description. This does not mean that you're signing up. It simply just lets me know that you're interested and allows me to kind of show you what this process will be like and how we can take your physique to the next level and get you where you want to be, pretty much. So use the link in my bio. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments, or head over to my Instagram. Follow my Instagram as well, because I do post pretty much daily on there as well. A lot of updates with my clients, a lot of knowledge as well, if you're wanting to kind of expand your knowledge and also take that into your own process. So team are absolutely smashing it. Prep is going well. Life is goddamn good. And once again, I have more space available. A little bit more work to do here. Then we have got a good few steps to tick off. I'm going to actually walk to the shops. It's like 30 minutes away, so I saw like 6-7k steps will be ticked off there. And then back, edit this, make some content. So I shall see you for the next meal, which is meal 3, which is actually my favourite meal of the week. It is amazing. So I shall see you for that, which I'm looking forward to. Right, we are back, fun enough, in the kitchen. The best meal of the week going down. So I only have this meal. It is mince and rice, spiced up with a bit of barbecue sauce and spring onion, but it's so good. Like, mince and rice, that duo, there's nothing compares to it, you know what I'm saying? It's so good. So only have this on rest days, so I always look forward to it. It's a little treat. What is exactly in the meal? So first of all, what we have is 613 calories, 56 grams of protein, 6 to 8 carb, and 12 fat. So the first sort of like decent amount of carbs going in throughout the whole day. So we have got another 250 grams of 5% statements. So half a kilo of mince going in today. If you can't tell, I do like my mince. Like, that's like my main fat and protein source in today's rest day food. And then we've got 77 grams of raw weight sushi rice, 80 grams of raspberries, and 10 grams of spring onion, 10 grams of barbecue sauce. Well, I think I said that, I don't know if I did, but yeah, that is what this beautiful concoction is. Right, we have got the sushi rice cooked up in the rice cooker. If you've not got a rice cooker, would definitely recommend it. It's so easy to cook the rice. Like, I always just cook a day's worth of rice in here and then just split it up. So I'm just gonna like divide it by like the cooked weight and the raw weight, if that makes sense. Like, you figure out like, the weight of it. Obviously weigh it out raw, because that's obviously the most accurate, and then divide it up to what you need. So for example, the cooked weight here is 407 grams, and then the raw weight is 193, I think. Let me see. 197 grams. So I'll divide that and I just times whatever the raw weight is to that, if that makes sense. So let me just do that. Bang, 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 bang. And then that leaves me with 247 grams that I need to weigh out. So yeah, that's how I would weigh it, if that made any sense. It made sense in my head, which is all that matters, hopefully. But yeah, a pretty sad amount of rice going in here compared to the ratio of mince that we have going on. Yeah, it's pretty sad. But time to get shredded, bruv. Let's go. So yeah, that is that. And the biggest tip I would have for anyone, like when it comes to nutrition, is simply just enjoy it. Like, find foods and meals that you can stick to, that you enjoy. At the end of the day, adherence, sticking to the plan, is going to be the most important variable to any part of the plan. So if you can't stick to your meals and you don't enjoy them, then obviously you're going to be more likely to go off plan foods and cheat meals, like stuff like that. So enjoy your meals. And that is something especially that I do with all my clients as well. Like, it's not just a case of me giving them a meal plan and say, oh yeah, go and eat this. Like, I will give them like a example meal plan to start out, but then if they don't like it and then they want to change some stuff, like, we'll go back and forth, communicate. That's why online coaching is so good, because you communicate 24/7 with whatever you need. Like, if you need anything, my WhatsApp's open. That's part of the service. And especially with the meal plan, kind of finding and working together to find a meal plan that we know that is going to work for you, because that is honestly the biggest thing that I see with people coming on board as well. The stuff that struggle with is just sticking to a meal plan, finding the right foods to work for them, and it is a case of trial and error. But like, this meal plan has been kind of formulated over like a year or two of just trialing different stuff, knowing foods that digest well with myself. Like, for example, today's recipe food that I know beef digests super well with me, and that is literally half of my meals has beef in it, you know what I'm saying, because I do enjoy it as well. So yeah, that is that. Final meal going down, just salting his bad boy up. But yeah, this looks beautiful, ready to dig in, and I shall see you for the last meal. Right, this is getting munched. Oh, look at that. And we are currently editing Josh's YouTube for him. Have you ever thought, who is that absolute wizard behind Josh's YouTube channel? It's me. Right, we are back for the final meal. Now, would it be a full day of eating without the chicken and rice? That is the question. Now, I'm going to show you how you can easily, spice up your simple meals like your chicken and rice and make it actually taste a lot better with minimal effort. So that is exactly what we're going to do here. So this meal I have twice on a training day and once on a rest day. So this meal consists of 200 grams of raw weight chicken breast, 120 grams of raw weight sushi rice. Sushi rice is the best rice in the game, especially if you are in the off season pushing up. It's very low volume, and for myself, I just do enjoy it, pretty kind of basmati and jasmine. So yeah, got that. And then we've got a bit of dark chocolate, grapes, and then spring onion in there as well. Also, seasoning wise, to make your food taste good, these are the only two that you're going to need. Paprika and garlic, in my opinion. Like, I've been there where I've used like 5-6 seasonings for my chicken and mince, but that is literally all you need. So just going to heat up in the microwave the rest of the rice that I kind of showed you earlier. And that is the ease of just cooking your rice beforehand in bulk. You can literally just pop it in the microwave and just like that, it is ready. So I like to make my meats fresh, just because in my opinion they do taste a lot better. But obviously if I'm like busy and like have places to be, I'll meal prep it. But when I'm in the house, I'll just kind of meal prep like my rice for the day and stuff like that. Just little things like that in bulk. My meats will be cooked just when I need them. So yeah, lovely stuff. This right here will probably 85% taste a little bit better, but dark chocolate and steak, 5% steak mince are probably top two best fat sources. So if you're kind of like stuck on like what to eat as well, like I know like especially when new clients come on board, that's kind of what they mention, like they kind of are just not sure what to eat in general. So if you look at my full day of eating, obviously we've literally went through the meals. I'm going to show you the last meal in a minute once it's ready. But if you go through, what you want to do is pick protein sources, pick carb sources, and pick fat sources. So protein sources for myself are literally just whey, chicken, beef, and then carb sources we have rice, sourdough, raisins, grapes, and then fat sources we have beef, dark chocolate. It is that simple. Like, there's actually 2 to 3, maybe 4 in some. Let me just make sure I've got the right amount of dark chocolate. 16 exactly. Bosh. Yeah, and once again, just find stuff that you like. You know what I'm saying? Like, dark chocolate is fucking beautiful. Like, all these meals I look forward to, not just because I'm on prep, even if I'm in off season, I look forward to them because they taste good. And little things like adding spring onion, like obviously fruit and veg intake is super important. I would recommend obviously having at least a serving of fruit and veg in your meals, all your meals, but like for spring onion, like I don't have this for fruit and veg, I just have it because I like the taste of it and it spices it up a little bit. Like I literally have like 10 to 15 grams depending on the meal. Like that is like not much when it comes to like the micronutrient benefit, but it just makes my meals taste a lot better and kind of spice it up. So a lot of things like that you can just utilise, you know what I'm saying, to make your meals taste nice. So yeah, just gonna cook this up and we shall show you what we're doing with. Are here for the final supper on today's rest day. We are in for lore tomorrow, which is very exciting. So the last kind of tip that I wanted to kind of go over as well is kind of food volume wise, whether you're in a diet, whether you're deep into an off season, you're struggling with food. An example here is like this used to be raisins in dark chocolate, now it's grapes in dark chocolate, so obviously a lot more volume and less carbs pretty much. So that is a kind of tip there. Obviously, like if you are pulling carbs down, like which foods to kind of change, which foods to bring down. And obviously, if you're in that off-season pushing up, you're kind of struggling to get your food in, introducing things with lower volume foods like dry fruits, like raisins, for example, can be very beneficial to get some easy calories and carbs in there. So another tip, a whole load of information and advice that hopefully you took on board and found it positive and helpful, because especially when, as I said multiple times, when new clients come on board, I've kind of just tried to kind of include the struggles that they have that they now obviously don't have now that they've came on board my coaching. Once again, if you're interested in online coaching, there will be a link in the description, or head over to my Instagram for more information regarding that. If you have any questions at all regarding this whole process, coaching process, training, nutrition especially, because obviously this has been very nutritional based, put them down in the comments or shoot me over a message over on my Instagram, which is just the exact same as my YouTube. Subscribe, like, all that jazz. We are 6 weeks out, people, 6 weeks out. There will be show day videos coming out, which I'm very excited to get out, especially just for myself to kind of look back at the memories with the boys, which I'm saying, which would be good. So 6 weeks out, this is my current full day of eating on 2,200 calories. So this is literally the lowest my calories have ever been, which just gets me excited, and I'm enjoying every single minute of it. So yeah, very exciting times ahead. Still like relatively a lot of food that you can still see, like the food portions are still rather large, even though my food is at 2,200 calories. So yeah, that's my full day of eating. This is everything I'm eating to get as lean as possible for my first ever natural bodybuilding show, which is very exciting. So I shall see you in the next one for when we are 5 weeks out. So until then, goodbye.